Hi guys, welcome to another corset chat with me. Let me just kind of get settled. For those of you who are watching the playback on my YouTube channel, hi guys. This is me just talking randomly so that it doesn't look or sound kind of weird, like we just watching someone when they just go live and it's like complete silence until someone comes in, and then if nobody comes in, it's just awkward for everybody. Anyways, I had just posted, not just posted, I just edited a video for how to like wear your corset on your period kind of. So that will go out later on this week. And yeah, I'm here if you guys want to ask me any questions about corset related topics or anything in general. I'm on TikTok too. I don't know if it looks kind of weird on TikTok. I don't want you guys, like, I don't know, it looks kind of weird. Hold on. Anyways, so yeah, ask me any questions you guys have about corsets. My corset is kind of like not showing as much as it usually does because I have like this kind of crop top on. But I don't know why I'm really loving the effect the corset gives without showing the corset, like how it is just right now. I mean, obviously you can tell that I'm wearing a corset because the way my body is, and also because it's on the sides too. But I don't know. I just like, at the moment right now, I like doing it this way, showing the corset this way, aka not showing the corset at all. So yeah, of course my cats decide to come in too. Hopefully they don't interrupt too much. Pussy, come here, pussy. There he is. He's made an appearance. Poppy, what are you doing? Get down there. Oh my god. Because he likes to knock things over. He's not as bad as some cats are. Some cat videos I see, the cat will just like knock things over just for like shits and giggles. My cats are pretty well disciplined, if I do say so myself, but they do have their moments. Oh my god, I thought he was gonna knock over my drone when he jumped, but he didn't. And it's crazy because I need to, like, when I'm decorating, I have to keep my cats in mind. Like, okay, would the cat knock this over? It's kind of annoying, but anyways, as I mentioned, I did edit a video about wearing your corset or wearing a corset on your period, and I'm gonna post it. I did a vlog earlier this week about me being on my period while wearing a corset, and it was cool. I never show that side of myself, I guess, because it is kind of intimate, but at the same time, I feel like it's important to show all sides and all aspects while wearing a corset, because a lot of people get kind of misinformed and they think that if you're on your period and you're wearing a corset, then maybe it could hamper, or not hamper, but maybe it could like prevent the, yeah, I guess hamper, prevent the blood from coming down. And you know, it can't. Okay. So I just feel like I should kind of talk about all sides or all aspects to wearing corsets versus just one aspect, which is just me wearing a corset on a daily basis and not telling you guys or giving you guys any indication about what's going on in my like personal life with regard to my menstrual cycle. I know it's TMI, but God, he left. He left the building. I know it's TMI, but at the same time, again, I feel like it's just important to share. I wish I knew some people who shared that kind of experience with me when I first started wearing corsets. When I first started wearing corsets back in 2013, I really felt like I was doing something wrong if I was wearing my corset during my menses. And, you know, come to think about it and come to find out like there's nothing wrong with it. So I guess the videos that I make, create while I'm wearing my period on using my corset is just kind of like a reminder to myself and also to anyone who is having doubts about wearing their corset on their period, just to kind of like say, hey, you know, wait a second, it's okay, you know, you can do it, you can do it. So Yeah, that's enough rambling. If anybody has any questions on TikTok or on YouTube, definitely let me know. If not, no worries. I can still ramble on and on about corsets, being on my period while wearing a corset. What other videos are coming out this week on my YouTube channel? I have um, like my experience with different lengths of corsets, my experience with different ribs with my corsets. So, water break. Drink your water. That was your reminder too. Just not just. It's like a filler word when you say or just or so, but all filler words. Okay, so with regard to the videos that are coming out, I will give you guys a little bit of like little details or hints or whatever. So I have my short torso corset. The corset that I'm currently wearing is kind of average. And then this one is also kind of average, but it also is a little bit longer than a short torso corset. Anyways, long story short, in the video, I mentioned the differences, like the pros and cons with regard to short corsets and short torso corsets and long torso corsets. I don't necessarily talk about average torso corsets, geez. But I mean, you can kind of like get an idea of the differences between an average versus a short or an average versus a long torso corset. Long story short is that with short torso corsets, I think the pros outweigh the cons. And with the long torso corsets, I think that I was gonna say I think that the cons outweigh the pros, but I don't know. I think I take that back because with a long torso corset, if you have a long, it obviously depends on your torso, your body, but with a long torso corset, when you're wearing a short okay, if you have a long torso naturally and you're wearing a short corset, there are definitely more cons than pros, but there's still the big pro, which is waist training. If you have a short torso naturally and you're wearing a long corset, I think the cons outweigh the pros, you know? Like, yes, your torso is completely 100% encapsulated, but at the same time, like, it's gonna be really uncomfortable. You could get, like, nerve damage because it's going down way too long, and it's just not a fun time for anyone with a short torso. So, I definitely would not recommend it. Hi, Cal. It's nice to see you too. How are you? So, again, um I'm just gonna say short corsets and long corsets because when I add the word torso, it just gets a little crazy. So let's start over. With any corset that you're wearing, it is gonna do something to your floating ribs. If it's not doing anything to your floating ribs, aka pushing them in or pulling them up a little bit, then you're not really gonna see that much of a difference with your natural waist. There has to be some what am I trying to say? There has to be some movement with your floating ribs, with regard to your floating ribs. And a lot of the times, people get scared or nervous that they're going to hurt their ribs, they're going to hurt their bones, the structure of their body, blah blah blah. But if you stop wearing a corset, say you do something with it and you stop wearing a corset, then your bones are going to go back to the way they naturally were. It's not like your body is going to stay like that forever unless you are wearing your corset for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Okay, TikTok is really weird. It like pretends it's gonna like add a filter and then it goes away. I don't know. It just kind of like was being irritating for me. Question: are long torso corsets more expensive than short torso corsets? No, actually, they're about the same price. Kind of like with clothes. Like if you buy an extra large, it's about the same price as a small. So yeah, with corsets, they're about the same price regardless of the length, at least from what I have gathered based on my research, what I've done. They're about the same price. Like there's no price difference. I would say the price differences become different when it comes to like different types of material. um what else? Maybe like the busk is a bit different. Like it's not a hook and eye, it's more like a latch. Maybe that would be a difference in pricing. But I would say mostly it's the material. Cause like maybe like satin is more expensive than, I don't know. Satin is more expensive than cotton. I don't know. I think that maybe, but you never know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe long torso corsets are more expensive than short torso corsets. If anybody wants to put that in, definitely. Surgery gone wrong. No, I have not had any surgery actually. I have a corset on. And if you're saying gone wrong, meaning you don't like how my body looks, then leave. But anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, so you have to definitely figure out how long you want to wear your corset for regarding like your entire life, because if you wear your corset and you start to see results and then you stop wearing your corset, your bones and your muscle tissue and your fat tissue could expand again and go back to the way they naturally were, and then your results will no longer be. And that has happened to me. So yeah, definitely kind of figure out what you want to do or where you want to be with regards to corsets. I don't know. And then the other video, that's all I'm going to say about that. You'll have to watch the video when it comes out. And then with the other video I was talking about in regard to cupped corsets versus conical corsets. Cupped corsets are when your ribs are being cupped, and conical corsets are when your ribs are being just kind of like this, just pushed in versus cupped. And yes, I think cupped corsets do give a more exaggerated or dramatic look while the corset is on 100%, especially if the rib spring and the hip spring are large. However, when you take off the corset, like this corset is a cupped rib corset. If you go on my Instagram, you can see pictures of me in this corset and you can definitely tell that the corset is cupped. Versus this corset, which is a conical corset. Again, if you go on my Instagram, but you can also see it here, it's conical. It's a conical corset or a straight ribbed corset. So with conical or straight ribbed corsets, I think that the I did a video on this, and long story short, I think with the straight ribbed corset, it gives a more dramatic look once you take the corset off because it's pushing in the ribs more. So then when the cupped corset does, I feel like the cupped corset, I only felt pressure on my waist and not on my ribs or not on my lower part of my stomach either. And like the pressure was not balanced at all, and that's why I wasn't really a fan of cupped ribbed corsets. I do love this corset, and I'm going to keep this corset, but at the end of the day, I wear corsets for waist training, and since this corset doesn't seem to be doing that much to my floating ribs, it's just solely on my waist. I don't feel that I should be wearing this corset, except maybe if I would say a cupped rib corset would be really good for maintenance. Like, say you got your goal with your waist training and you just want to solely focus on keeping your waist snatched, then I would say a cupped rib corset would probably be maybe ideal. But didn't you have a giant bear? I do. I have a giant bear. He's right there, but I don't want to have him in my video right now because one, he takes up the entire spotlight. Just kidding. But I don't know. I was kind of like rearranging my room and he like takes up all the space. Like he takes up an entire cushion on my couch. So I need space. I need space, Theo. Interesting. So you should for sure purchase the exact size corset for your body. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna find a corset that's like off the rack or ready to wear, like a Mystic City corset, Timeless Trends corset, or Orchid corset, you're not gonna find a corset that's, the exact size corset for your body because rib spring, hip spring, the length from the waist to the underbust, from the waist to the hips, like it's not gonna 100% be perfect. You would have to get a custom corset for that. But I mean, if you find a corset that's like I thought this corset was like when it came to my measurements, if this corset was a conical corset, like a straight ribs corset and not cupped, I would say like yes, this corset would be perfect. This is the MCC 254 from Mystic City Corsets. And I think that the length and the um from the waist to the underbust and from the waist to my hips, like the length altogether is like 100% perfect for me. The rib spring was good, the hip spring's good. It's just that it's a cupped corset. So I'm gonna have to eventually look for a straight ribbed corset. But the one that I'm wearing right now is the CS479 from Orchid Corset. And I really like this corset. It used to just be my sleeping corset. I would just wear it to bed and that was it. I take it off in the morning. But I like it now for like all everyday wear because this used to be my day corset and this used to be my night corset. But now that I'm just wearing this during the day and at night, not just, I'm wearing it during the day and during the night, like 15 to 20 hours, give or take. I like it. And I think I'm going to keep wearing this corset and not purchase another corset yet until this corset is more closed in because right now there's probably like a 5, maybe 6-inch gap, give or take. And I keep looking this way because my cats are looking at each other, and that usually means that they're about to fight. So, what if you were so successful with your upcoming yoga exercise videos that you no longer need to wear a corset to have a cinched waist? Honestly, Cal, for me, for my body type, I will not be able to get the type of waist I want without wearing a corset. My waist would naturally go down. Like when I was my lowest weight of about 113, 115 pounds, my waist was naturally like 27 and a half, 28 inches. So exercise is not really going to do it for me if I am just solely working out. I would have to wear a corset to get my ideal cinched waist. Sorry for asking, but would it be possible to bring the giant bear into the live? Hi, Aiden. I don't think it will be possible because he's asleep right now and I don't want to bother him. He doesn't bother me when I'm asleep, so I don't want to bother him when he's asleep. But maybe the next live, I will have him in my video because you guys are asking for it. Although he looks kind of creepy right now. He's just staring at me. So I don't know. But yeah. Okay, guys, this is pretty much like the end of the video. I don't really know what else to say. Just keep your eye out on my YouTube channel for those videos that are about to pop up in the next couple of days. Subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified and blah, blah, blah. Like this video. Come on, YouTube. Give me a thumbs up. Woo! Fireworks on YouTube. But I don't think TikTok gives you anything. Because if I do this, on YouTube, I start to see hearts. If I do this on YouTube, I start to see confetti. Anyways, guys, I love you and I will talk to you soon. You're too funny. Yes, I want the bear back too. Maybe next time. Bye for now.